Hey, welcome to Tasty Concrete. And today we are playing City Skylines 2. This is Volchoria map, and this is episode 2. In episode 1, I showed you what is the map about, and we roughly plotted the train line. Today, I will tell you what I have done offline. Before starting this episode, I did few things to speed up our city build, and then we will start building our actual road network and plopping citizens and asking them to come, and we will start our actual city building from this point. So let's start. First, I will tell you what I have done offline. First things first, I have actually created districts. Yes, so this is a new feature in City Skylines 2. There was feature like district, but the way districts work in City Skylines 2 is very different than how it used to work in City Skylines 1. City Skylines 2 gives more control to districts, and that we will see that the policies that you can have for each district are very customizable in a sense. So let me first show you what the map is. It's an island. If we look in a way, it's an island. It's not connected to mainland per se, but it has hills and it has flat land and it has hilly terrains, and that's what we saw in last episode as well. What I have done is I have mapped these into districts. So before doing that, what I did is let me show you contour line. I flattened areas which were at similar, not same, but similar terrain level. So this became one terrain, one plateau. This was already there. I just flattened. I just made everything on equal level. On the other side, this is one plateau. Then this is one plateau. We have this coastal line. I have made sure that this rests on one level. There's another this part, and then these are the base plateaus. So this is what we have, and I have flattened these areas and keeping the in between parts at slope. So we will see how we develop in those areas, and that would be actually a challenging part. This is where our skills and this is where the fun lies in this whole series. So that was first thing. I flattened the areas. Second, I created districts. So for that, for a reference, what I did is I selected compass and compass tool, and this is what it shows. So if I set relative north to be this, which I want it to act like, so this will be our north direction. The upside on your screen will be north direction, and then we will see the map. We will refer to the areas accordingly. So in the base zone, we see this being a baseline plateau, and I have created this to be one district. This whole part, it also covers some part on this coastline. Then there is this harbor district, which is close to the shoreline, and this is actually not the sea. This is actually not the river, but a sea, which is like open-ended. I believe it's a sea or ocean per se. Then we have this Fairfield district, which is supposed to be the most important district for us. We will start building our city from here. This is the boundary for that. Then we have two coastal districts. One was harbor over here, and we have two coastal districts. One is north coast and one is south coast, and that's why I have used compass to show us the direction all the time. These are the base districts: south coast, Fairfield, harbor, and Milton. And then as we enter into, also the south coast, north coast is also base district. As we enter into the hilly region, we have Stone Gate. This is one small district, and then as we reach on top, we have two districts. One is Cragmore and one is High Crest. So this is what the whole map is, and we want to develop in this area. We want people to come, and we will create a road network. But what I have not done is, and what I have done regarding rails, which is our you can say prime feature of this series is all this city is train based. The commute is local train based. We will use railways. uh, One reason is because I like it, and reason number two is because it's a hilly area, so it's fun building rail lines. Second, it's difficult for road to go through hilly areas, and even though we can make roads, people driving from one terrain level to other on road on daily basis would be difficult. Running buses and all would be difficult. In that case, train makes more sense. So what I have done is, as we already decided, train would be the first choice of commute in this district, and we have already given it historical context. You see, in the world where places were colonized, the colonizers have put railways to transport goods in their era, and they have left the infrastructure like that, and that has continued till today in many places, and that has actually become a major source of commute, major way mode of commute. So that's what we are going to give this region as a context, and we are going to develop a rail line. So what we have done in the last episode is, there was one station over here which I have shifted to this point, and there was one line which was going to now what we call it as south coast. So this is the line which was going here, and then there was one line going in the Milton district. This was a short line. There was one line going in the Stone Gate, and then Cragmore, and then High Crest, and all this area. And there was another. There were also three lines coming from Milton Central Station. One is obviously for Base Plateau. Then the one is for Stone Gate and Cragmore, and the next, and the other one is North Coast. We have kept the structure like that, but what I have changed, because the terrain height is changed, as you can see, our train lines are now buried underground, which I wanted to change, but I deliberately did not, because I wanted you to show how things have changed. Because the plateau now rests at one terrain level. Earlier it was like reducing it gradually reducing, and it would have been difficult to build anything over there. So that's why I've changed that, and that actually changes the way trains are connected, and that's what we are going to work in this episode. So what I have done, I have put all the stations at places, and now we will be connecting them, and that is going to be funny part. Funny in the sense, we need to decide how the rail network is going to be connected. And there are few stations which were not there earlier, and now I have put them, so we will need to include them as well. Like this one, this is a terminal station which was not there, but now I have added. So this is the end of this main line. So earlier this was the end of the line which was here, but now I have shifted it over here, and you can see the distance between station is too small, and you can criticize, oh, in reality that may not work, but believe me, once this place is crowded, everything is going to make sense. It's just a matter of time. And then city design will be such that people will prefer rail over other mode of network. We will have bus network, but that would be limited, and we will make sure that train is the main mode of commute. And if you have to go uphill, then I guess train is the only sensible commuting mode, and that's what I wanted to emphasize on. So let's first start with connecting the train lines, which one after the other I will go on connecting the stations, and then we will start developing this area, and this is what I have planned for this episode. So what we are going to do now is we are going to connect these lines to this station. One line will definitely go to over here, and we will see how we navigate through that. So let's start with we have one station over here, so we need to connect this train line to that. Do we need to move this thing? If yes, I'm ready to do that. Let's relocate. Do we need to reconnect the lines? I think so, and let's do it. Yeah, and then let's go back to our train line. I think the tower is in line, and let me just delete it like this. This will change later as we start developing. You might think that I am making changes as and when required. That's not the case. You may feel it like that, and that's okay. But once we have train line in place, we know the structure of the city. How is it going to look like, and then we can develop on that. Right now, what my plan is to make a train infrastructure. So the reason I have turned this train line like here is to save this space so that we can develop as much infra in one way, because crossing a rail line is actually headache that we have to deal with throughout this series, and I'm ready for that. Let's connect this. Okay, this makes sense. The next train station is here. So what will happen? This is harbor line. So it will start from here. It will have one station over here. The train will stop at this point, then at this point, and then it will go and connect to this terminal, this Milton terminal. So we will continue this. Okay, I see that the elevation has increased, and that's fine because we are close to the coastal area. That is justified, so we don't need to do much. Now let's connect this station to that terminal so that we complete line number 1, first line. And this was very much needed. If you see the whole harbor part, it has on one side it has sea, on other side it has mountain and very less land mass. So we need that to need a robust transportation network for that. I hope that's not too much. It's a starting point or ending point, so it can slow down over here. So yeah, so we have successfully completed one train line. There's another train line that is almost completed. So if we start from this point, second train track, and we start from here, we connect to this station, and then it goes and connects over here, and it comes and connects to here. So earlier this station was at this point, that's why it is there, but now we don't need it. We'll make sure that we make bridge or something over here later as we develop. For now, for our understanding, we can stick to this. We have one line coming over here, and I will bypass this. This is of no use, so let's not use this line. Okay, and then we need to connect from this point to this point, which is tricky because we already have one intersection here. We have electric line, if you can see, we have highway. So the question is, shall we do it from this end, this upper side, or this side? If we do it from upper side, virtually we will have very limited space in this area to develop anything. If you do it here, no harm, I don't think so. We already have one connection over here, and Probably we may have another over here just for the entry in this or that area, or probably both. Maybe we can continue on this line and we will have bridges in this area. So the train line will jump over the road in this area. Let's do that. So this train line will follow the transmission towers parallelly. Shall we have bridge, or we need to decide it right now because this infra is going to be there. There is no change. So we need to probably elevate the train line, and that starts here. That means we will need to elevate at this end as well. Or we can just pass it through under this road, and that makes more sense to me. I think we need to shift these things from one point to other, and that's fine. The only thing that we need to make sure is something is getting. We are getting somehow we are getting line electricity. Are we getting it? Don't think so. Let me delete this part. Anyway, are we have to get rid of this infrastructure for now, and because the train line will pass through this area, from till this point it could be on ground. From this point to this it will go underground. Okay, then pass through this area. Anarchy is on. Oh, there's a problem. There's problem of what? Not enough electricity because the road is disconnected. I see. What we can do is, it's very illegal to do, but I'm doing it because I don't want this happen. But so there is no electricity connection in this area. It cannot cross. We have solution for everything, you know. I hope it can cross now. Don't worry, we'll make things normal later on. And now this is how we have completed this line from Milton Terminal Station to Fairfield Terminal Station, and it crosses through the central station to small stations, and total 1 2 3 4 and 5 stops it makes. That completes our two train line connections. Now let's start with this south coast terminal connection. The interesting part in this is, if you remember in episode 1, we have developed this line, we have constructed this train line to come from this base plateau to this point, like south coast to high crest. But that was totally unnatural to me, and I thought about it, and I decided, okay, let's have something closer to realistic, if not totally realistic, that there will be a station downstairs, there will be a station upstairs, and there will be a line connecting it. And I've maintained around 7% as a slope. And you see, if it is electric traction, it is possible at maybe at slower speed, but it is possible to climb up even at this slope. So I feel this is the solution, and we don't need these line, and I will remove it later on. But for now, what I want you to focus on is we will start one line from Fairfield terminal station to Central station, and then this station, which is interesting, it just faces the mountain, and this one line will just come and continue to south coast. The other lines will go on the Stonegate district. So let's start with this terminal area. Okay, so this connects this part, and let's continue with this. I think I need to remove this earlier line, which will free up space, and we can think on uh, the space between this station, and also the next station. Even the central station needs to go this one, because we have in this area we have this station, then we have this train station, and then we have this interesting station. Let me remove this earlier line entirely. Okay, and let's now try to connect this line. See, this is the beauty of train line. The slope, you see, how much is the slope? This terrain stands at 25 meters from sea level, and this is at 5 meters, so 20 meters slope. Train can smoothly handle this slope. For roads, yes, we can go, but for commuting purpose, it is a nightmare. That actually increases, so using trains actually increases the speed of your commuting. Okay, I don't know where are we heading. We are heading over here. So the idea is this connection actually goes upwards, and this track actually goes in this direction. So I want ideally this track to connect on the lower side of this track, and we will also have one connection to this one. Obviously not to mention, but we need to make them as bridges. And I have an idea, the road here will be in some trench, so that we don't need to build over this, and this I have seen in many places they do this. Let's continue this train line. So people can actually switch at this station to go upwards. I'm not sure, but we may have one train connection, one train service directly from Highcrest station to this terminal station. Let's see, the frequency would be lower though. So this is one thing. So we have three train connections completed. One is Harbour Line, one is Milton to Fairfield, and one is Fairfield to South Coast. Now we will move into the mountains, or shall we first do the North Coast station? Let's do that, because we already have much of the things ready with us. You see, this connection starts here and it will connect at this local station. And from here, another interesting point, how do we reach from this point to this point? And this is what I was talking about. In hilly area, the trains actually make more sense than road network. Someone who wants to travel from this point to that, trains have to be the first commuting option. Okay, fair enough. We have our train line reaching to the last mile. So the fun will be when we need to create a road connection. Either it can go from this end, which is too far, or it can just pass underneath this point, or I don't know, maybe this point and just come over here. Okay, so one more train line is connected. Now the tricky part, how do we connect the train lines in the hilly area? So I think I'll do the train connection first and then I'll explain you how I have worked on that. So here I have completed line work. I have connected each and every station to each and every other station. You can see this terminal line now, it is beautifully made line. You can see from this line to this line. Oh my god, it looks like a PCB, you know those lines running on PCB, so it looks like that. And it continues from here and it goes, there's this suburban station which bifurcates the trains, from one goes into the south coast and one goes into the hill area through Steingoat district. And you can see these lines continuing. Here we have one connection, outside connection of railway, which I have connected at this station, and this connection actually goes into the Milton district. We have other outgoing station connection point here, which travels through here, and then it comes to the base plateau and it comes into Farfield district. It ends over here. So we have this line continuing. Let me zoom in. On this side, that side, we also have line on north coast. I have finished working on all these lines, and now it's time to begin building the city. I have also modified this line, made it more realistic. I hope it looks more realistic now. I removed the bridge part from it and made sure that it follows the terrain, it follows the hilly area. The slope is not more than 7%, and I think we can control through the speed. I don't know if speed can be controlled in City Skylines 2. It was possible in City Skylines 1. From here you can see it is actually, the slope is now quite okay and it is coming down. But when I see this angle, it looks like there is a hick over here, but that's not the case. Okay, so let's now come to the last part of our episode, that is start building a city, and that's what we are going to do now. So I gave a thought about it, and what we are going to do is we will have industrial area somewhere in this region. The reason is it's a flat region which industries like. Second, it is near to the coastal area. So in future, if you have to export or even import some goods, it would be easy. We can have multiple connections from this area. And we can't have industries in hilly area per se unless there is some reason, like extraction, some natural resources or something. But we will have tourist locations in hilly areas, and people will live here, but they will work in the Milton and South Coast and Fairfield district, like this base plateau. So that's what the plan is. So we'll start from here, and this end will be a touristic place. It's a scenic view where there's a water on three sides of the landmass, and we have Grand Terminal Station. You can virtually go to every part of the city. That is a big connectivity. Plus, we will also have roads coming and going from this point to this point. So I want to make sure that this becomes a touristic place. Right now, what we will do is we will remove these connections because we no longer need them. So we started with 140 people living in, and now there are 96. Sorry people, I need to get rid of you so that we can have new things in place. This bulldoze option is very good. Back in City Skylines 1, it was not the case. So I was using move it mod and selecting multiple things and then removing them. Now it's not the case. We'll remove this roundabout as well. And so if you look at this is an interesting piece. So the train is going underground, and then there are bridges and they are connecting with the other part of the city. I don't know if I will keep this part as it is. I will not do anything as of now, but let's see in future if we need to do something. So my plan is we will have big roads. Here they call large roads. 8 lane is too much. 6 lane is okay. 6 lane road that allows traffic in both directions. 6 lane road that allows traffic in both direction with a divider. Okay, divider makes sense. We need it ground at ground level, and let's make it 0. And what's my plan is we will have two parallel main roads. That's the plan. One road will continue in this region, and the other road will connect with the highway over here. So this road will continue and maybe jump over here and then maybe go there in the hilly area. But for now, what we know is we will have two parallel roads. So let me first do this part. Okay, I'll connect this. So we have two lanes coming in and going out. We will use 4-lane divided road for now. Let me remove this. Okay, let's make it 90 degree, 90, and then we will just connect with 2-lane road. So we have this one road, and then parallel to this we will have 4-lane road. I made a mistake. That sometimes is a tricky thing. So you have 3 options to continue your road with when you take your cursor from a junction. Okay, this is good. Now let's make it roundabout. Can I make it a bigger one, medium one? Okay, this one is fine. This one is okay. Yeah, obviously we are not going to put homes directly on these roads, so we'll need some smaller roads as well. 2-lane road, and that will, I did not see the distance from this point to this point, but that's okay. We will get some space in between. We never know, we will need some space for metros or something in future, or maybe a bridge. We'll keep that in mind. And or shall we just measure it? I think we should measure it, and that would make things more easier in future. I will purposefully keep 2 sales free. Let's remove this. I know some of you might not be happy with this, but then this is just beginning and I'm new to City Skylines 2, so I have plenty of experience playing in City Skylines 1, but this is a bit different thing, so bear with me. Yes, and this connects here. We will have one connection in between, so that there is no problem with connectivity. Yeah, this is our first block. We can actually plop some houses, and I'm not choosy when it comes to a type of house. So some of you may be okay with this, some of you may not be, but I'm just like, so there is demand for almost everything except industry. Yeah, and that's fine. For this moment I'm just putting houses to the max possible places. Japan low density housing. What we have put is New Zealand. That's fine. Let them settle in. They need water. We do have water, but we haven't connected it. So let me connect that thing. I will continue this road, connect it over here. Let's see if water is connected. Yes, it is connected. Now they are asking for sewage. We do have that thing, but because of this highway, the connection is broken. So this is the time we create this bridge, not at this height though. So while making the train line, I had disconnected. I have deleted some of the tower. It's time to make them back again. Okay. At this point, we need a bridge, but we don't want that to interact with these towers. Can I increase the height of this tower? I think I can. Yes, I can. And it will connect over here. I think we will have a water supply connection now. Also the sewage treatment supply, we will have the connection. Yes. Garbage is piling up. Let's see what we can do. Recycling plant, incineration plant. For now, let me put it here. Yeah, it generates electricity, so we will have this connection, which is good. It is closer to the line, transmission line. Now the garbage problem will be taken care of. Operating district, it will operate in this district and this district and this district as well. Now what's the issue? The issue is backed up here. The sewage system is not able to drain all the wastewater being produced. Sewage outlet, we do have sewage outlet, but there is problem with that. Is there any problem? I guess it is not sufficient for the present population. Let's wait for some time. Maybe I can run this simulation for some time and see if that problem is fading away. It's not. Is it connected? Yes, the sewage pipeline is connected. I will connect this line with this so that it goes through the water treatment plant. I hope this is how it works. Let's see. I think there are no issues with sewage now. People are happy. This is New Zealand low density neighborhood, and we will stop here for now. In this episode we have done a lot. I've shown you that I have flattened areas, I have named district, we have a train line, though not functional, but we have infrastructure for it. And what we are going to do is we are settling people in, and this is going to be the best series you will have ever seen. So let's stop here for this episode. I hope you enjoyed this build, and let's meet you in episode 3. Time for cinematics. I hope you enjoy them. Take care. Bye.